So, just trying to think. Announcements. No new announcements. Nothing. No new announcements. Nothing major happening. The only piece, I know that there were some of you that were interested in some of the new JRV stencils. They I think launched them Friday. I just received mine now. They are not all loaded on the website. I got them late today, so I think I've only got maybe 5 of them loaded so far. But I do have the Hopeful Petals pack. This is from Debbie Beard of DIY Paint, and she's got a QR code on there that takes you to her videos showing how she's used them. A number of them she's done on furniture, she's done on walls, she's done on canvas. So she uses these stencils in order to be able to build up images and hand paint with them and things. But this pack has 18 pieces in it. We have the portrait mode, which I think a lot of you have seen, which is the lady's head and a number of different hair options and neckline options and jewelry and accessories and things. So this has got 14 pieces in it. And then I also brought in the the flutter and feathers, which is branches and a couple of birds and different leaves and butterflies and that kind of piece. And they have it so that you've got like the solid, so you can stencil in the solid, and then there's the overlay, so you can stencil the details on top. So you've got a lot of flexibility. That one's 18 pieces as well. So these are pretty substantial packs. They come at a pretty substantial price tag as well. I've tried to give you as low as possible, and I have not added on any of the atrocious duties I end up paying on these. But some of the other new release items, I brought in the vintage glass bottles while I was at it. The bird's nests, the mini stems, the dahlias, the fall mini pack, the Christmas farm animals, which are really cute. These are a pig and a rooster, a sheep and a cow. Some of them have wreaths around them. Some of them are wearing Santa hats, that kind of stuff. So it's cute. We've got the big fall cottage, the fall pitcher, the fall truck, sunflower fields, and finally the pumpkins. So this is a bunch of mini pumpkins, and what I like about this is that you can take any of the trucks, like the Christmas truck ones, or any of the other pitchers or wagons or anything like that, and then you can pop these in. And there's different shapes, directions, and styles. So a lot of variety there. So I did, for those of you, I know that when Debbie first released the head, right, the bust, I didn't bring it in because it was the only new one. And I have a minimum that I have to be able to purchase. So I was able to bring that in along with a whack of the other ones. I'll see how the big packs go and if there's more interest. So if it's sold out, let me know that you're interested and I can reorder. I just didn't bring in tons of them because I didn't know how much the price point was going to throw some of y'all off. So you tell me. It's your money, not mine. And I know it all comes down to usage, right? It's all dependent upon what you do with these things and how much you're going to use them, and how flexible you find them for use. So happy to bring in more if there's an interest, and I am going to expand. Oh, I don't think I told you, Nick. I ordered another one of those racks, so I'm expanding the stencil holder so that it isn't as jammed. So if you're able to come into the shop, you have more space to look at them and things, because we had excitement here in the shop last week when one of my holders for the overflow of the IOD transfers and inlays gave it up, and with a big crack it started to collapse. So luckily a customer's husband was there, and he was very quick, and he grabbed it and held it while I was able to unload everything. So it was a little crazy to begin with, but it's all good now. And the big one is quite lovely, so I'm gonna get another one, and it just takes up a lot more space. I have to get used to the lack of view because it blocks all the view. So Monday's video, I was gifted by a lovely customer who has gifted me a number of items. But I was gifted this big bread box, and so I thought that I would take advantage of the new Delft inlay. This one's in the noir, the black color rather than the blue, and this is the Apothecary from DIY. But it's another demonstration of how easy the inlays really are to be able to use. And as you can see, like even with the detailed pattern, there's no fading. This was an awesome transfer of it. It's not because I'm awesome, it's the technique. So I give you a couple of tips along the way. This is a great inlay from the standpoint of if you do a lot of smalls, that it's got a lot of smaller pieces and elements that you're able to incorporate into a lot of your smaller projects. But this guy is on the website now for $28. Today's video was kind of a bit of a thrift flip, and one of the first fall thrift flips. I had thrifted this and the metal backing tray, the galvanized charger, which is awesome. And these were all thrifted or dollar store florals that we used. So again, starting to bring in a little fall using, creating a wreath-like element without a wreath base. Friday's video is a cool technique. So this is the new oak leaves and acorns, which I wanted to try out so badly. Love this new mold. So there's still some of this in the shop, but I loved that. This, of course, is the Hello Pumpkins from last year, which has not been discontinued, so I didn't feel guilty using it again. But the technique used here, because I really wanted muted colors, is a cool one. So using some watercolor paint washes to be able to layer colors and tones. So if you struggle with some of that, if you want to be able to check that out, I loved the effect and the way I was able to build color with the watercolors on there, and see what you think. It's worth checking out, because I think that I'm definitely going to be doing more of that, and especially when it comes to being able to get some color onto the painted molded items and things. I really loved how it worked and how the paint flowed and how I was able to layer and build color. So worth checking out if you wanna. So those are the videos for this week. Thanks for watching them always. Let's jump into some of the finds. So some of these you might recognize from the dump video if you saw me sharing when I was away at the cottage some of my dump finds for the week. Some again have come from customers, and some were thrifted, some were estate sales. I mean, the normal mishmash of things. So to get started, let me go with the big items back here. If you could pass me the blue guy. I've got these two rustic fish. So they're a lightweight carved wood along with metal. I don't know. I think it's like flashing, tin flashing, or that corrugated look tin, cut and bottle cap eyes. I love these. They're just kind of really folk arty. And I like the fact that if you were inclined for the two, they're $12 each, that they go in opposite directions and look super cute. In particular, I'm thinking like a bunkie or a cottage or, anything like that, I think is awesome for that. This guy, just a lovely galvanized metal tote. It's divided with a lovely handle. So it is $11. Now, obviously for the summer, it's useful for carrying a lot of drinks or condiment bottles, using it for your sunscreen, that kind of thing. But I also see it going into the Christmas season. You can apply transfers to it if you want to for the holidays, but here having a whole forest of different sizes of bottle brush trees in there and some greenery, if it hasn't sold prior, it's probably what I'll do with it come the holidays. So it's a cool piece for that. Now this one was one of my dump finds. This is a set of wood and suede bellows. It's got a copper tip to it. An inscription on it as to the maker. This is one of those things that when I looked it up, I found one that looked on, and they go anywhere from probably about $90 to like $250, $300. Crazy, but it's a cool decorative piece if you like having antique and vintage items. It's definitely a functional piece, so it's just lovely. $25 in the shop for this guy, and just kind of unique. And I wish that we'd had that when we had the cottage and the fire up there, because there was a lot of times that I was inhaling a lot of smoke trying to blow on it to get it going and started. All right, this handmade piece is signed on the bottom. It's a two-piece set, the underplate and the pottery bowl, for $14, but both are usable as separate items as well, right? So as much as this kind of nestles in there, and you could have, olives and use this for the pits on the outside, or a bowl of cherries and the pits on the rim on the outside, using them separate, no problem. And, having your brie here and your little crackers or bread slices in there. So $14 for that, and just really cool kind of patterning and designs on this in terms of some of the glazing. Now, this guy is a little deceptive. Nice wooden pedestal. It's got good details here in terms of the two-toned wood. This is a marble top, so it's solid, and I love this for display. This is perfect for a big pillar candle, or a grouping of 3 of them, because of the marble top. But look how awesome that would be at Christmas time, with a big, tall Christmas tree on it, whether in gold or green. So nice, simple looking, but very versatile piece for $13. And I'm definitely switching into fall mode in my head, but I'm already looking ahead at Christmas. So, that's the other thing. Just in case, I posted on Facebook, but I haven't yet put it into a newsletter. We did finalize classes for September. I know that people have been asking. I didn't do any classes during July and August. But we have finalized them for September. We've got 2 classes, because the first class is pebble and stone art. There are many of you that expressed an interest in it, couldn't make the one that we had, I think in June, just before the holidays. So we've got better pricing on it, and she's coming back. She's excited to come on back and conduct another class for us. And then 2 weeks later in September, we have a felted soap class. So this is kind of an introduction to wet felting. But the cool thing about the soap bars is that as you use them, you continue to felt. So the wool keeps kind of shrinking as the bar of soap shrinks. It also requires far less soap. So it's also a means of being able to reduce your usage, right? To extend the life of the bar of soap. They make awesome gifts. So I wanted to get that one in early in case you fell in love with it and you wanted to make some more as gifts, stocking stuffers, teacher gifts, little housewarming, or, hostess gifts, that kind of thing. In which case, I think that, you don't even necessarily have to do a lot of wrapping with them, if at all. But I would always tie a little, maybe jute tie or a little ribbon around it with a tag saying what kind of soap is on the inside. And you can do it with virtually anything. So any bar soap works perfectly with it. So check that one out because it's a very affordable class, and you would likely have time to be able to do 2 bars for sure, possibly 3. And if you have a chance to do 4, I'll let you do 4. So there you go. So those are the classes for September. There'll be more coming, obviously, through the upcoming months, and I'll try and fit in as many as I can, but it just gets tough when it's just me. So there you go. This is a butter bell. What's cool about this is that it's a little bit non-traditional in shape. Usually butter bells look like they're in crocks. This is a little bit more stylish. It's an oval shape. This is from Trudeau. It's kind of an oval elliptical shape. So lovely little butter bell in just a nice white for $8. And this guy is a cheese bowl. So this is from Gourmet Village. $9.50. It's in a lovely, lovely green, perfect for doing like a baked brie in it. You've got that nice deep lip if you wanted to have kind of like a sauce or jelly over top of it as you go. So it's just a nice kind of piece to have. This is. So I just got this in. It's got a bit of a summery feel because of the watermelon on the ends. This is from Italy, and it's a vintage piece. You've got the weave on the edging, the wonderful and funky kind of watermelon handles, and it's $11. All right, I'm looking where to go next. Well, let's go here for another little vintage spice of life. So you've got your kind of typical collector's piece. This has got, the outside is in great shape, right? That you don't have the wear of the patterning. It's still nice and vibrant. The inside, I needed to bring like a magic eraser or something. It's got a little bit of a rough edge on the inside. I mean, it doesn't decrease its functionality in any way, but it is the reason that I priced it at $20 and not at the exorbitant rates that others are charging for it.
Rhonda is watching on Facebook and she says hi.
Hi, Rhonda. Facebook is the top, right?
Yeah.
I can never remember. I'm probably looking in the wrong camera. I've got 2. It just messes me up. But I think this is YouTube and I think that's Facebook.
Yeah.
Okay. So hi, Rhonda. All right. So I have another cast iron bell, and I have another one for next week, which is super cool because it's a tabletop one. This is a wall hanging one. This one, the other one that I have is a big anchor, right? So it's got a theme. This one is more traditional in look, but it definitely has its clapper. It's got some heft to it being cast iron. So this guy, super cute, $14. Just put that safely down there. All right. this piece, okay, you guys know I love my glass. This is a vintage bud vase from Caithness Glass, which is well known. I tried to take a picture because it's got, I forget the name of the color changing glass, that this looks like it's a cobalt inside and clear glass outside. But I think in the picture that you'll see, this almost looks like it's got a pale mauve color to it. So in different lightings, it's going to look clear. In some, it's going to look like it's encased in a little bit of a mauve or kind of like a soft lavender kind of color. These pieces are quite pricey usually. So I've got it in the shop for 25, but it can go for as much as like 80 to 120. So cute little piece. These little guys are just the cutest little salt and pepper shakers. So a little Dutch girl and a little Dutch boy, they're $8 in the shop. They've got their little baby corks. So they're all ready to go. And vintage, obviously, and still in awesome shape. There's no chips or cracks or crazing, and their color is still great, and they're just adorable. I got two different hooks, so I'll show them. One is a starfish hook, kind of in this kind of golden sort of mustardy yellow color for $4. And then we've got this little metal sailboat hook as well for $4. So just some unique hooks. This is a piece of marigold carnival glass in a snakeskin pattern with the detailed ruffled edge up at the top. I did find, as I was fun sponging it, that somewhere, okay, right there's a little chip. You don't notice it unless you are feeling it. So it's, I'm going, and I lost the price again, but it's over there. Okay, I got to put that in on the body somewhere that's not rough. So $12 for that. Super cute little piece in the marigold color, which I enjoy that color. This guy. So lovely tiered metal tray. I like the fact that it doesn't have the post coming up the center. So you have the full use of each of the baskets. And I like that it's an oval shape. So $10 for this, but it's just very practical from, if you were doing, lemons and limes, or, if you were putting your fruit out, that you're not having to go around a post. So it's a little bit more practical. It's also super cute from a holiday perspective, right? So if you've got gourds and mini pumpkins and, you've got your pine cones and greenery in there, it can be just a great little vignette that you create and then switch it out for Christmas as well. So it's got a lot of flexibility, I think, from a usability standpoint, which I enjoy. This is a from Heartland Hive, just a little simple butter dish. So it's got the little handle. It says butter on both sides. It's in kind of a creamy white and black for $9. Said the two-tiered basket was $10, right? Okay, well, if I didn't say that, I just said it, but I think I said it originally. Okay, this is a set of two hand-painted from Japan tulip plates. And these babies, so $14 for these, but they go for almost 20. I think it was like 18 each was the lowest that I saw them for. But just like a nice, cute, vibrant sort of plate to be able to, have out for, some cookies or that sort of thing. I have 2 of these plates. I'm selling them individually. This is red vanilla. So it's a royal bone china. This is their summer sun pattern, and they're $9.50 each. They go for, again, significantly more online. I can't remember for the life of me, and I didn't bring my note to remind me, but it was more. I think it was about 25 to 30 each. So $9.50 in the shop, and there's some slight, if you look on an angle in the light, there's some slight utensil marks, but nothing major. I love these as little serving plates, right? So canapes and appetizers and things for those. All right, last item is this guy. So super cute galvanized metal rooster for $14. So whether you use him inside or outside, he's got some flexibility. He's got some, I think he's maybe 15 inches tall, so he's got a little bit of bulk to him, but just super cute and super well done. And he does, of course, stand very stable as well. Okay, I think that's it, guys. I think we got through another round of this. So happy Wednesday. Thanks as always for tuning in. I appreciate your showing up, whether live or catching this on replay today, tomorrow, Friday, whenever, it doesn't matter. But like, share, thumbs up, do all the things. Doesn't cost you anything, but really helps the channel, and I appreciate that a lot. Thanks as always. Look forward to seeing you next week. And as always, anything that you're interested in is already posted. It's live on the website, queenbeecreationshome.com. And there is a tab saying new this week that saves you searching for it. Thanks. Check out the videos this week. Love you guys. See you next week. Take care. I made that very tippy for you guys. Whoa.